Alright, so here I'm going to show some of the other modeling tools that you can use, like a revolve and some of those things. So let's go ahead and make an ellipse. Then we'll draw a shape over here. And if we select that and say create form, it's going to give us the option to make a surface or a full revolve. And we've revolved it. And then the revolve still has the same functionality it had before, where we can go into the element properties and change how much we want it to revolve. So let's say it's going to revolve 120 degrees in this case. And we've got that small bend. We can go in and modify this. Let's go to X-ray. Or we can add an edge. In this case, let's go ahead and add an edge. We can select that edge and pull it out. Or in that case, it went in. Let's try to get it out. We can change the shape. So that's how you can start to build kind of shell structures with the revolve. If we go to X-ray, let's tab over. And start to identify particular geometries. So we'll pull just that edge. Well, that pulled the whole edge. Let's go ahead and take that vertex and pull it out. So that side's a bit further now. So you still have the kind of direct manipulation. It's a bit constrained in terms of what the underlying geometry can do, since it's a revolve, but for the most part it works like the other geometry. So now we'll go ahead and use this as the basis for some of the surface patterning. I'll select both sides and hit divide surface, and what that's done is it's built an underlining grid for us to do some patterning on this surface. So I can select both of these now, and this option comes up here where I can put a pattern on there, and I'll just start with a simple rhomboid pattern on both surfaces. So already immediately you can see this is stuff we couldn't do in Revit before with this simple patterning, and there's quite a few others in there. I'll go through them in other videos. But what these are is kind of surface patterns. They schedule as curtain panels once you take it over to the project, but you have to load the conceptual mass into the project. They're not actually curtain panels, but as far as quantification goes, in the early kind of conceptual design phase, they work pretty well. You can still go in and change these parameters, like the number that you want. Let's say 18, or let's get a little crazy and say like 25 of them, or that's not really that crazy. Let's go with 40. So I get that nice tight mesh, and then let's go on here and go with 40 as well. So just the simple things you can do with these new patterning tools. I'll throw another pattern on here just so you can see it. Let's go with hexagons. The proportions for these don't work as nice. So let's take it back down to 20. And 20. And I'll toggle through a few others just so we can see them. And then we also have these patterns with these openings. So there's some interesting and fun ones in there to kind of explore and see what you can do with them. That's just a super fast overview of what you can do with these patterns. I'll go into more detail little by little. They're actually pretty robust, and you can start to build some pretty complex systems with them. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments section, and I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can.